Hey guys, ZeroArmada here. Patch notes for version 992, November 20th, 2012. A lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. First off is new content. New receivers out, the Bullpup Full Auto unlocked at level 29, purchasable with GP or Zen. And the Bullpup is kind of a cross between an assault rifle and SMG. You have about 550 fire rate, so it's about 50 more fire rate than an assault rifle. The assault rifle has 500 fire rate, and the SMG has about 750 fire rate. So a little bit faster than the assault rifle, but a lot slower than the SMG. It's just a nice balance between the two. You have 50 base damage with a typical default build on the Bullpup, and you have 1.72 and 0.74 initial hip and aim spread respectively, and you have 7.96 and 3.38 final spread for hip and aim. So gun really is easy to handle for the first 5 or so bullets, but the handling in the bloom of the recoil and the spread patterns just goes out of control after that. So it's definitely something you want to try, bursting a couple bullets and letting the recoil and spread settle and resetting and get your bearings straight, and then shoot another couple of bullets and just go from there. But personally, kind of feel like the gun's a little bit slower than advertised. I don't know if that's just the sound effect, but it doesn't seem like it's faster than the assault rifle, at least from my personal opinion. And a couple other things you can customize that are kind of unique for the gun. You have actually grips for this primary receiver. There's no grips available as of now, but there's a slot for grips to be customized on it, and you also have the burst fire rifle stocks to customize with this gun. So a couple little small things that are different for the Bullpup Full Auto in that regard. Next item up, personal hollow decoy at level 37 is when it's unlocked. Also GP and Zen purchasable, and this basically throws out a holographic or a hologram of yourself on the map. So people will basically see a carbon copy of yourself running around in a straight line on the map for about 10 or 15 seconds. They can shoot at it, it won't deal any damage, but it's just basically a real life decoy for people to kind of have to take into account for when they're playing the game. So definitely does add a really cool dynamic to the game. You'll probably see some of it in this gameplay, but you'll see it's kind of effective if people don't know about it at all. So definitely try that out. Also have the stun shuriken at level 38, 50 damage per shuriken. You have 3 shurikens to throw. You throw it at once, so you throw all 3 shurikens at once, and they'll deal 50 damage each, or they'll behave much like a stun mine, where if people walk near it, like near a certain proximity, they'll get stunned, much like a proximity stun mine. So that's pretty cool. Also released the Hardsuit HRV decoy. This is unlocked at level 36. Costs 200 CP to actually purchase from the depot, and you throw it down. It's much like a regular HRV decoy, but it's a hardsuit instead. So you see a hardsuit stationary when you turn on your HRV, and it also goes with the kind of the foghorn sound effect as well when you lay down the mine. So you'll get that HRV incoming foghorn sound effect even when you lay down the mine for the decoy. So that kind of really does make it realistic in that sense, and kind of deceptive as well. New helmet, the Allied R7S Sniper Helmet level 1 was released as well, and this helmet, kind of its primary trait is that it has the highest HRV recharge rate and duration for HRV stat out there for any helmet. So if you like HRV, if you really want to have more flexibility in the HRV in terms of using it more frequently, this is probably a helmet you want to try out. And lastly, for new content, we have the Magnum rounds, which are unlocked at level 32, and these rounds do a little bit more damage and range, but on the other side you lose, or you gain a lot of more recoil and spread, and you lose run speed as a result. So you get more damage and more pack for your punch, but you lose a lot of the handling and the ease of use of most of your weapons when you use the Magnum rounds on your guns. So keep that in mind. Now moving to features that are added. There are some new premium server options available. Headshot only, so only headshots will deal damage in this game mode. Not available if headshots are disabled. Admin list, you can now add players to an admin list for your premium server, so clanmates or friends. They will not be able to destroy your own personal server, so they have power, but they don't have too much power, which is always great. Lastly, for premium server options, this one's kind of a head scratcher for me, allow anti-cheat. Disabling this option will prevent Punkbuster from checking your server for people who are basically using cheats inside the premium server. XP and GP are reduced by 75% in non-Punkbuster servers. And balance changes. Reduce the CP award for the repair tool. That's mostly to combat some of the farming going around in the siege game mode. Grendel now uses a barricade instead of an ammo pod for his class specific item. The health injector now uses an ammo based system. 2 ammo will be consumed for poisoning an enemy. 1 ammo will be consumed for healing an ally player, and healing yourself will consume all ammo, but ammo will still refill over time, and that's just to kind of encourage people to use the health injector on allies instead of yourself more frequently. Poisoning an enemy with the health injector now deals 40 damage over 1.5 seconds instead of 100 damage over 15 seconds like it did in the past. So this is just to make it more effective and more viable as a weapon. The airstrike cost has been increased to 600 CP, and the ammo count has been reduced to 2, and that's just to kind of prevent people from spamming it, because it's been spammed a lot, especially in objective based game types, especially if people had multiple ones on the same team. That was kind of a headache, so that was kind of balanced a little bit in that regard. Bug fixes now. Fix the spelling for the breech loaded pistol. Nice job, Rick. I know you screwed that up, so good job fixing that. The HRV bar will now permanently empty in premium servers when HRV is disabled. Double-clicking in an expired premium server now takes you to the server management screen. Premium servers now correctly show their specific region. And lastly, pressing enter in quick succession will no longer break the chat UI. Gameplay, fixed an issue where Breach Hammer would sometimes require a reload on a miss. You can no longer pick up a Tomahawk that's stuck to a living enemy. The breech-loaded pistol's incendiary flare will no longer burn out the Scorpion tank's pilot. It is no longer possible to extend the distance of the katana's lunge by jumping, infamously dubbed open flying katana style or whatever it's called. You can't do that anymore, so stop doing it. It's evil. It is no longer possible to kick or ban a premium server's owner, and fix weapon recoil being cleared when moving the mouse. And if you move the mouse down, you can actually have no recoil, but that was an issue that's now fixed, which is what that fix is pertaining to. Audio will no longer drop out over time in evac and seaport, which was kind of an issue for a little bit. Audio should no longer drop out when alt tabbing. And lastly, for graphic fixes, Arioscopes no longer display the wrong colors when looking at players in direct sunlight, and the exploding Tomahawk no longer clips through female characters' legs. And that's pretty much it for the bug fixes and all the patch notes. This was just kind of a highlight listing. I couldn't really go over everything in a reasonable amount of time, so I'll link you guys to the full patch notes in its entirety in the comments down below or in the description box or whatever it's called. So check that out, and thanks for watching as always, guys. Appreciate it.